Okay, welcome to MAT113 Problem Solving Math Investigation Modeling, Week 17, a course offered by LD Woosley, Bethany College. Welcome. Just would like to wait for our student to come in. Okay? Wait lang mga kapatid na. Okay, wala pa rin estudyante. I will be off by 5 minutes. Okay, I will try to discuss this if the students will not come in. I will let me see. Ayun, buti may dumating. Oh, kumusta Mika? Kumusta? Ayan. You have your audio? Bababa na sana ako eh. Okay, so it's good thing you're here. How about Acel? Audio mo, wag yung text. Si Acel. Saka si Dale. Wala kang mic? So, bigla tuloy naglaho. Biglang bumitaw. Yan.
Afternoon.
Sige, good afternoon. Oh, bababa na sana ako eh. Buti umakyat. Anyway, this will be our last time. Whatever we discuss today will be the coverage of the final exam. So midterm exam, again, let me reiterate, the midterm and final document, yun lang yung coverage niya, no? Midterms, final document, and midterm document, that's the octave or MATLAB for stat and linear algebra. Yung dalawang yon ang coverage ng midterm. Yung finals naman, whatever we cover, okay, whatever we cover until today, no? So I will upload this, then of course we will be covering also our discussion. So perhaps I will just focus on algebraic problems, no? So you may not, I not push through with trigo, but more on algebraic problems. We'll just continue solving this. Now, so far we are almost done with the fundamentals of algebra. Yan, you will have a busy week this week and the following week, week 18. Because yung midterms finals, I will be coincidental with that. Siguro yung Plat 1 challenge din, I will apply to all classes, Micaela. No? Plat 1 challenge, no question asked. If you'll be Plat 1 for at least one of the major sa period, no, either midterm or finals, no, that would carry through your semestral grade already. No? So kung Plat 1, pag hindi naman, proportional score. Whichever is the highest of the 3 periods, midterm, prelim, and finals, I will carry on to your semestral grade. Assuming your highest among the 3 components would be, say, finals, no, I will carry on your semestral grade with your final period grade as well. No? So yun. Okay, makes sense, Micaela. So I'll be applying those to this course also. Sige, let's move on. No? Nasa na ba yung ating ano? You still recall what item, what number are we on the review?
Hindi na po, sir.
Sige, i-recall ko sa YouTube. So yun na yung ano. Kasi we have not meet last time, no? Okay lang naman yun. Review ko na lang. Okay, nabasa ko na yun. Let's wait for Aisel to come in also. Okay, what would happen? That will become 82. Our last item is 82. Okay, let's move on. Okay. Negative 3 half square root of x. Then, pakinggan lang natin yung aking ano. I'm playing the previous YouTube.
Square both sides. Okay? Square both sides.
Parang
so therefore, x
kaboses ko lang to.
9 ports. May 9 ports ba? Meron. Alright. Okay, I'll skip on 83. May familiar siya. Ito, simple question here. 84. Please solve 84.
Okay, 84. So we'll move.
I think this is the second to the last question. Then afterwards, we will continue. Tuloy-tuloy lang tayo, no? Baka, tapusin natin to and then, siguro, puro algebra na lang siguro muna tayo.
Ayan, tama. Algebra nga.
May trigo.
I'm still,
Trigo, I teach MATLAB using, or trigo using MATLAB also. So perhaps algebra would be fine with me as part of your coverage for the final examination. AB lang siya, Miguel. AB lang.
Okay, I think, sige, dito na tayo, I will assume 86, no? Na-upload ko na ba ito, Micaela? Did I upload this material? Is it part of your, classroom?
Yung alin po, sir?
Yung din-discuss natin. Na-upload ko na ba ito? Ito na ba yun? Practice sets? Ito ba yun? Ito, naka-upload pala, oh. Ito, yung problem solving one, this is all about algebra. So lahat pala, no? So wala akong problema dito. So mababasa niyo to. Ito na lahat, ito ng coverage ng ano natin, ng final period. I will just get from this multiple choice. Nakita mo yon sa week 16, in-upload ko yun sa week 16. Supposedly, we will meet there. We will meet. But I realized there are issues. Medyo marami akong mga bagay-bagay na gagawin din that time. So, ito, can you see this, Micaela? This problem solving 1, 2, 3, 4 would be the coverage of the final examination. So far, we are at the end of problem solving 1. We will move to problem solving 2. Okay? So, yung but here, we could always make use of the Octave platform to solve directly. No? So, siguro I would start with 86 here using Octave. So, naka-upload na pala, Micaela. Naka-upload na. Yung mga problem sets. Yeah, where's Hazel? Para sana meron kang kapartner.
Nakalimutan po ata niya sa meet na po. Pero nag-chat po siya sa akin ngayon. Akala po niya sa stream pa.
Sa stream. Hindi ka kita sa stream. Wala rin siya sa... Ako nandito sa nakikita ko rin yung stream. Anyway. Yan, crunch time tayo. Isang linggo na lang, no? Pero yung linggo na yon very important, crucial for all of my courses. Dahil doon ko ibubuhos yung lahat na requirements. So, I will also impose that Plat 1 rule for my students. No? So, not only for Edu 115, but for all of my math courses. If you will, at least, will have a perfect score on one of the major exams, both midterm and finals, then you will get a semestral grade of Plat 1 also. No question asked. So, yun yung challenge ko. No? Para at least you have time to improve. Alright, so sige. Do you have the link of this, Micaela, the Octave? Okay, I'll just copy that to our chat box here on our Google Meet. Okay, so can you perform number 86? Anyway, it's already uploaded there on your buti na upload na pala siya. Just perform solve kung pwede siyang isolve. Since solving for x. Okay, did you get it? So solve number 86. Kasi iba-browse through na lang natin yan. So at least medyo... So you will expect only 30 items for midterm and 30 items for final examination. 30 items I'll be selecting randomly out of the 4 materials that I have uploaded, the problem solving sets. Yung kanina. This one, the practice sets for finals. I'll be choosing randomly 30 items only, 30 questions, multiple choice. So that's in a random fashion so that it will have an equal, perhaps, kung 30 siya, 7 questions per problem solving files. But at least you have already the time to solve, no? Diyan lang kukuha ng 30 items. 30 items also for midterm that corresponds to your Yon, yung ating reference, yung module 2 saka yung module 3. Module 3 dito. Ayan, module 3 yan. This I think linear or statistics, whichever, no. So mas theoretical ang midterm kaysa final exam. Final exam is really this much. So I'll just randomly select from the exam. Now the outload, no, I already uploaded the file, but I will grant access perhaps starting tomorrow. Anyway, I will update the chat group whether it's okay already to take the exam and ask me the quiz code, no. But the file is already active on the link, no. If you have noticed that, wala na siyang to be updated, no. So meron ng ano dito, Micaela, if you will notice here. You have already the exam file, but I'm not yet activating it. Of course, prelim, nandyan, and then final examinations. So there's already an exam file. But tomorrow, I will activate it tomorrow. So you could ask starting tomorrow the quiz code, no, for this. Okay. So are you doing now the octave? Or number 86?
Sir, nawala po. Anong
Nawala?
number po ulit?
Paano nawala? Sa chat box? Nawala?
Anong number po ulit, sir?
Ayan, yung nasa harapan mo, number 86. If I think it's not solvable, practically solvable by octave, I will just tell you the answer, no? Kasi it's a matter of review. Anyway, I'll be random for this. So hopefully ACL would catch up, or Dale as well, no? No, Dale, this is the third week that I have not seen Dale on our session. No, even last time, hindi ko siya nakitang active sa ano. Is Dale chatting with you? Micaela?
Hindi po.
Yan, nagiging problematic si Dale, no? Kasi pag na-incomplete siya sa ano, but it will be 0, I will no longer, it's harder for professors to give an incomplete grade, no? It could be 3-5. So kung aabutin ng 3, pero pag hindi, 5 na. Even without the final exam. Okay, welcome Isel. How are you?
Afternoon po.
Good afternoon. Okay, I'm announcing I'm also applying the Lat 1 challenge here, no? So either you get Lat 1 on the midterm exam or final exam, no? Whichever is the highest will carry on to your semestral grade. So that's my challenge. So I call it Lat 1 challenge, no? So galingan nyo, yung dalawa active, naka-upload na yan, pero activate ko siya by tomorrow, no? So it will be by tomorrow that you could. So I suggest you start with your midterms, because your midterms just those 2 files uploaded for midterm and finals. So mas more theoretical ang questions ko doon, and then yung final exam, the coverage, I already uploaded the problem solving sets. Those 4 files will be the basis of my final examination for problem solving. All right, so teka, ba't may cosine ka? Did you copy, Isel?
Sir, hindi ko po siya paano isolve sa octave, pero ang sagot ko po sa x is 2 po.
Okay. Okay. The correct answer is 2. Kung hindi mo masagot sa radical, ibato mo sa kabila. Pwede naman yun. Ibato mo siya sa kabila until you solve for x. So, if that would be the case, so ibabato mo siya sa kabila, let me take over from here. No? So, tama yung 2. So, kung ibabato mo siya sa kabila, mawawala yung fourth root dun sa fourth root of 8. So, magiging 8 times square root of our cube root pala, no? Cube root. Ano nga bang cube root? Not so sure about the raised to negative 3 na lang yun. 8 times 2 times, so pag binato mo siya, anong mangyayari? 8 times the quantity, 2 times, okay, tatapusin ko muna to, quantity square root of 8 times x. Okay, and then 2 times, so you have raised to negative 1/3. Okay, so then this would be equated to 16, tama? 16. Kasi 2 raised to 4 is 16. Then afterwards, divided 8 both sides. So what will happen? If you divide 8 by both sides, divide 8 both sides. So what will happen? So magiging 2 So, okay. So, divide 8. So, what will become cube root of 2 times the square root of 8 of x, 8x rather, raised to 1/3. So, this is equal to 2. Right? This is equal to 2. Pero pwede na nating solve yan. Tingnan natin. So, if that would be the case, tapos i-erase natin sa 3. So, sige, erase natin sa 3. So, pag in-erase mo sa 3, magiging 2 raised to 8 siya. No? 2. So, ito na ngayon, magiging square root of 8 of x is equal to 2 cube. So, 2 square root of x rather is equal to 2 cube kasi binato mo yung cube root sa kabila. So, 2 cube, 8. So, from there, siguro pwede na natin siyang solve. So, magiging square root of 8x is equal to 4. Is equal to 4. Okay, so the answer is 2. So, sinimplify lang natin kasi sometimes Octave has a problem in manipulation. Okay, you may opt to demonstrate or just give the answer. Aisel, your turn, page number 87. You could give the answer directly. 87. What is f of 2 given the value of f of x?
Sir, pahingi po ng link.
Sige, link. Hindi mo pala naabutan.
Sir, pwede po bang sa Octave po, nare-read niya po ba yung yung pag nilagay ko po, equation is equal to
Okay, ang magiging function dyan yung function, substitution. Ito, sige, I'll demonstrate it first, no? So, I think we could use this plus 2 times x plus 4 substitute 2. Ayan, so yan ang sagot. Actually, yan, ganyan ang gagawin mo sa Octave. Instead of, if you would just substitute the value of x, you use the command subs, the function, and then the value of the x. So f of 2 ang hinahanap, so comma, so the answer is 16. Okay? Sige, ito na lang ang solvein mo, yung 88. But you don't need to demonstrate this to Octave. This is more of a theoretical equation. So you just choose. The question is more theoretical than computational. Okay, Isel, what's your answer? So the highest number is n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, up to 3 times 2 times 1. So what would be your simplified version? Simplified form for this? What's your answer?
Yung D po.
D as in dog?
Opo. If n is positive.
Pag n dyan, ibig sabihin, n minus 1 lahat yan. N minus 1 times n minus 1 times n minus 1 kasi raised to n. Alright?
So yung A po, if n is positive integer.
Oh yes, it must be a positive integer.
Okay po.
By inspection, how will you describe this? Okay, what's the answer? Please, kasi we have a marathon review, please give the answer now. Tatlong file pa yung titingnan natin. Just a guess. No, D is not an answer. C is not an answer.
A po.
A is not an answer. Letter B. Letter B, because the highest term is n minus 1. So that means n minus 1 factorial. Kasi pag n ang nakalagay dyan, n times n minus 1 times n minus 2, what's that? N factorial yun eh. Alright? But the highest item here is n minus 1. Okay, so that is n minus 1 factorial. So that's the answer. Okay, next, Micaela, 89. Sudsud na kayo, no? While we are anticipating one item, you already, the next item, please, ano na yan, aralin na agad, no? Okay, so the answer correct, LCM, you could command. So 15 and 18, the answer is 19, correct. Next, 90. So the least common multiple, no? Etong 90, kakaibang tanong, hindi siya greatest common factor, lowest common factor. Okay, so may obvious na sagot dyan, Micaela, Aisel. Lowest common factor.
Ano po sa? Yung 2 po.
2, kasi parehong even, yun lang yun. Pero kung may 1 dyan, pwede pa yung 1. That could be the 1 in itself, no? Pwede yun, possibility yung sagot na ganun. Pero here, walang ganun choice, so 2, the answer. Next, 91. Ito, greatest common divisor.
4 po.
What's the answer?
4.
Okay, 4 is the greatest. So, since multiple of 4 sila, the greatest common divisor. Now, yun yung greatest. Kasi yung lowest factor or lowest divisor is still 2 or 1 because even number siya, so 2. Right? Right? So, sige, let's move on. Okay, you may use substitution here now for you to get the remainder. Substitution command, just like what I have demonstrated. So just equating the divisor to 0, solve for x, then that will be substituted to the value of the polynomial. Okay? So use substitution formula, substitution for octave. You equate x to x minus what? Minus 5 to 0, solve for x. Solve for x. Yun ang isang substitute mo. So obviously, x minus 5 is equal to 0, x equal to 5. Then the 5 is what will you substitute to the polynomial equation?
Ano nga pala, sir, yung ipang...
O yung value mismo ng x.
Okay po, pero okay po itong yung substitution sa x po.
Oh, palitan mo na yung x.
Ang ipang... Sorry po, sir. Medyo lang po. Yung ipang sasabot ko po is
Yung value ng x at x minus 5 equal to 0.
okay po. So yung x minus 5.
Hindi, 5 na lang. 5 na lang lagay mo.
Sorry po, sir. Yan po.
Hindi, 5 ang ilagay mo. Hindi minus 5. X minus 5 is equal to 0. So x equal to 5. Yan.
Yan po.
Sige. Sige. O yan, the answer is 218. Correct. Okay, next. You could divide directly both Micaela, 493. Or you could use synthetic division, but I would suggest you just literally divide. Tatanggapin naman yan ng octave. Ayan, you could use representation, no problem. Kasi symbolic naman yung x mo. Yan. Okay? And then, you could assign another. Or pwedeng diretso pwedeng diretso. Okay din ang diretso. Sana nga tanggapin yung kasi minsan maarte si Octave eh.
Sir, tanong lang po. Nare-read din po ba ng Octave yung remainder? Pag example po yung R is equal to rem.
Pero in polar form, no? In polar form. Na-simplify ba? Naku po, ano kaya mangyari dito? Okay. Sige, may isa pang paraan dito eh. Teka. Sige nga, expand mo nga. Yun, lalong nagka-expand. Pag in-expand, yung isa-isa niya. Hindi niya ma-display ng tama, no? Kahit ganun yung no? Kung i-dot mo kaya, A dot, dot slash, B. May difference kaya? Sige, I'll take from here. So I'm thinking if you could factor a factor A, may sense kayang ganun? Pareho lang? Hindi ba factorable yung hard pra kaya, no? Kaya lang, hindi linear eh. Baka, madali tayo nito. Ayun! Teka. Ito na pala, part track pala. Kaya part track ang solusyon. Yung pinaka mo, teka, bakit may fraction siya kaya, no? Nagkamali ba tayo sa encoding? Part track pala yung Actually, ngayon ko lang ginamit yung part track sa pag-solve ng quotient eh. Meron ba tayong problema sa substitution? Tama ba? To the 4 2x 3x. Ayun, 48. Kulang ka ng 48. Plus 48, Mika, no? Tama? I-ano mo kaya? I-update mo lang yung A mo. Yan, plus 48. Yan, okay. Tapos, sige, ako nang bahala, part track ko. Dapat, ayun. Ako, may honestly, natutunan ko rin, part track. Partial fraction, express partial fraction. Kasi ang gagawin niya talaga, i-divide niya, hanapan niya ng factored form of dividends or divisor. For this case, yan. So, that's the answer. Okay? Okay, next, Acel. Similar to dun sa previous exercise, solve for y first, and then substitute to the function. Solve for y, wherein the divisor equal to 0, then substitute to the function. That will be the remainder. Okay? That will be the remainder of Sige. Sinolve mo na yung y. Solve mo yung y, Solve mo yung y.
Yung ganito pong
Equate mo yung divisor to y, to 0, solve for y. Yun ang substitute mo dun sa polynomial. Yung katulad din ng ginawa mo kanina, di ba y is equal to 5? So dito, solve for y also. Yung divisor.
yung kahit po yung ano lang, kahit yung sub, yung naglagay ko po.
Yun na mismo, yung nasa right side of the equation. Yun na ilagay mo.
Okay po. So, 2 plus 3 po. Yung very po.
Equal to 0, solve for y.
Okay po.
Hindi na. Yung katulad kanina. Ikama mo na yan, solve for y, yun ang substitute mo dun sa, yung kanina, di ba? Yung kaninang ginawa natin. Yan. Minus 4, di ba? Comma, and then solve for y. Hindi, tama na yung subs mo. Diretso na yun. Kulang ka lang ng y, value of y. Tama na yung subs.
Sorry.
Anong nangyari? Yun din yung ginawa mo kanina. Inulit lang natin eh. Ito, di ba? Nag-ano ka dito eh. Nasa na yun? Ito, basta yung kanina, yung x equal to 5. Ganon din yun. Kasi may divisor ka eh. Comma. Ano yung y mo? Yung divisor. Anong y ng divisor? Hindi, solve mo yung y ng divisor. Equal to 0, di ba? Equal to 0 eh. Di ba guys, naaral nyo na to sa algebra eh. Nag-review lang tayo eh. Di ba? Yung remainder theorem, tama ba Micaela? You recall that, Micaela? Remainder theorem lang to eh. Yung factor theorem, kapag inequate mo sa 0 at inequate mo yung value ng y or x doon sa sinasubstitute na polynomial, yun ang eksaktong remainder niya. Hindi, mali ang value ng y mo. Ito, 2y plus 3 is equal to 0. Solve for y, solve for y. Ayan, papalakihan ko pa. Ayan. Equate mo sa 0 tong 2y plus 3. Hindi lang 2 yan. Hindi, wala nang value ng y. Isosolve mo nga yung y eh, equal to 0 eh. 2y is equal to negative 3. Y is equal to wala nang y dyan kasi nga isa-substitute mo yung y eh. Negative. Yan. Okay. 5. Di ba, iyan naman yung may lumabas na sagot eh.
Ay na lang po doon sa manual na lang po ang sagot.
Teka, wait. Ba't ganyan ang sagot natin? Dapat ang sagot dyan, 11 eh. So, 4 cube.
11 po din yung sagot.
X, 18. Kulang ka ng minus 4. Bakit? Ayan, si Micaela, yung constant din kanina, kinulang. Ikaw, may minus 4 ka rin doon. Ipalitan mo na lang. Update mo na lang. May minus 4, Ayan, yung constant, wag niyong kakalimutan. No, pag minus 4 mo, minus 4 din yung kabila, o di 11 ang sagot. Sige, i-update mo na lang, minus 4. O, yan, 11. Okay. Ito, Micaela, you could solve manually or using octave. But for octave, you just use the percentage symbol to explain. Indirect. So, hindi siya pwedeng, kasi meron kang function of x. When f of x divided by x minus k, meaning k is the factor for any value, the remainder is k also. Actually, pwede mo siyang isolve na diretso. Find k. Solve for k. Right? So, gagawin mo muna, simplify mo yung f of x, yung right side of the equation, simplify mo muna siya. And then, saka mo siya i-divide, i-substitute sa k, x minus k. So, yung x is equal to k, right? And then, use the substitution formula. Use substitution formula. And then, from the substitution, you could solve for k when it is equal to k. Kasi nga, ang remainder mo, k din. So, k yung isa-substitute mo, ang remainder, k din. Okay? Hindi ko alam kung medyo nag-gets mo. Pero yung right side, simplify mo muna yung right side of the equation. Simplify mo muna yan. Yung sa 95. So, simplify first the right side of the equation. F of x is equal to x plus 3 times. Simplify mo muna yon. And then yung simplified form, isa-substitute mo si k. And then, saka mo i-equate kay k. Then, solve for k. Kasi, na-substitute mo na yung k kay x eh. So, meron na siyang Yeah, medyo magulo lang ng konti, pero kayang-kaya naman. Simplify mo muna yung right side of the equation. Oh, nasa YouTube ka pala, Isel, kanina. Ayan. Hindi ko na napansin eh. Hindi talaga no? Expand mo, expand. Yan, expand. Minsan yung expand ang nakakachamba tayo dyan eh. Yun. Ay, mali. Ba't ganun? X plus 3 times x plus 4. Yan, okay, yan, good. Okay, so yan yung magiging baseline mo. Yan yung f of x. Kaya lang, nung dinivide mo siya kay x minus k, ang remainder ay k. So therefore, si x, substitute mo kay k. Pag sinubstitute sa kay k, magiging k squared minus k minus 8 na siya. Tama? Pero anong magiging sagot? K pa rin. So, ibig sabihin, pwede mo siyang i-equate kay x kasi x is equal to k eh. Parang gano'n, no? Gano'n ang mangyayari dyan. So, ito ngayon, i-equate mo siya kay x. Hindi. Kay 0 pala, 0. I-equate mo siya sa 0. Wait, teka. I-equate mo siya kay k, rather. Or, if x is equal to k, therefore, you will equate it to k. Or this time, x. Wag mo nang palitan yung variable. Assuming yung x na rin, k na rin yan. So magiging k squared minus x minus 8 is equal to k. So pero wag na natin palitan yung variable x pa rin. Ayun, solve mo na. So dalawa. So quadratic equation yan. Ayan, solve. Sige, okay din, okay din, okay din. Okay din yung naisip mo. Okay din yan. Kaya lang, hindi naka-symbolic yung k. Baka magtaka si ano. Alright, so kulang kasi dapat naka-equal kay x pala eh. Hindi siya equal to 0. So, answer also equal to 0. Yan, yan. Sige. Ay, hindi, sorry. Answer is equal to x. Is equal to x. Kasi remainder si k eh. Remainder si k, di ba? Ayan o. Remainder is k. Kaya kailangan ma-equate mo kay k. Remainder kay x. Yan. Equal to x din. Hindi equal to 0. Equal kay x kasi remainder mo x eh. Or k. Hindi na natin pinangalanan na k. So we will assume that this is k. Ayan. So remainder x din. Yan, yan. Oh, solve for x. Yun. Sige, sige. Right. Yun. Okay. That's the right answer. So what's the answer? It could be 4 or negative 2. Alright? So the answer is 4 for this case. No? Alright. So 96 I'll take over from here. No? So medyo ano siya, no, komplikado in 96. Okay, so there's a Quintequatic Equation here. When divided to x minus 2 leaves a remainder of 16. So we could solve for A and B. No, kasi parang A and B siya, no? When divided by x plus 3 leaves a remainder of 10. Find A and B. Okay, so napakagandang tanong nito. Napakagandang tanong. So A and B siya. So if I'll try, so let's figure it out first. So at x is equal to 2, so the remainder is 16. So meron kang ano dito. Sige, palakihin ko lang ng konti ito. So from here, equal to 16. No? So that would be the first equation. No? Anyway, sige. Yun. Teka, ano bang problema ko dito? Right? So hindi pala dapat yun. Ito. So yan, no? Ayan ang problema. Okay, I will manually solve. Minsan hindi niya na ano. No? So first of all, let us substitute x here. So x equal to 2 would be equal to the expression equated to 16. So what would happen? Substitute x is equal to 2 to the function of x, to f of x. So that would be the case. Let us substitute first, no? X equal to 2 to function of x. Wherein f of 2 This time, this is equal to 16. That's the remainder. This is equal to 2 raised to 4. 2 raised to 4 plus A. A times 2 cubed. 2 cubed plus B times X, B times 2 or 2B, no? Plus 6. So this would be the case, no? So, substitute natin yan, simplifying further, 16 would be equal to 8. 8 plus 8, 16 rather, 16 plus 8A, okay, plus 2B, okay, 2B. May kulang ba ako? So, 5x squared pala, sorry, na-overlook ko. 5 at 5 times x squared. So, 2x squared is 420. Tama, no? 20. Ayan, 20. Tama ba? Guys, can you comment? Uh, 2B plus 6. No? Plus 6 pa pala to. Ayan, plus 6 pa. So, So, 16 plus 8A plus 20 plus 20 plus 2B plus 6. Tama ba, guys? Can you comment? O yan, tanggal yung 16, matitira ay 8A plus 26. 8A plus 26, 0 na yung kabila, no? 0 na tong kabila, cancel natin. So, 8A plus 2B
2B.
Plus 26. Tama? Ayan. So, that equation number 1. So, of course, we could solve later on. And then we will use the other situation here when divided by x plus 1, meaning x equal to negative 1, leaves a remainder of 10. Ganun din yung okay, who's the last one that solved? Can you continue following this logic? So meaning, gagawa tayo ng dalawang linear equation, then we could solve for A and B. Okay? Who's the last one who solved? So you're the last one? Michaela?
Sa 95 po.
Sa 95, you solved 95. So Asiel, you continue.
Yes po.
The same logic. Ang gagamitin mo naman yung pangalawang condition, x plus 1. So that is x is equal to negative 1. You substitute to the function, makakuha ka pa rin ng linear equation. Okay? Linear equation. But you will just use an indirect method using the symbol.
Ano po yun, sir?
Okay, same logic as the first condition you apply on the second condition. This time you substitute x is equal to negative 1 to function of x. And that function of negative 1 is equal to 10. Ayan, parang you follow the same logic pero magkaiba lang ng given. Ito, function of 2 is equal to 16, remainder 16, substitute 2 to the values of x. This time, you substitute x equal to negative 1 to the function, and the remainder is 10, equated to 10. Then you will arrive at this same type of equation, another linear equation.
Sir, hindi ko po sasagot.
Okay, sige, ako na lang. I'll take over kasi we're rushing. No? So anyway.
Yung manual.
Hindi, okay na. Okay. Gusto ko kasi guys, marami tayong ma-take, no? Kasi this is our last time to substitute x is equal to negative 1 to f of x. Okay? So what would happen? F of negative 1, which is equal to 10, that's the remainder. You substitute it to the entire equation. So negative 1 raised to 4. Okay, plus 1 raised a times negative 1 cubed. Okay, plus 5 times negative 1 squared. All right. Then plus b times negative 1. And then what else? Plus 6. Okay, so that would be what happened, the substitution. Then from there, we could simplify this such that what we have is 10 is equal to 1. Of course, negative 1 raised to 4 is 1. Then a plus a, minus a rather, kasi negative 1 cubed is negative 1, minus a plus 5, because negative 1 squared is positive 1, plus 5, minus b plus 6. Okay, so yan yung mangyayari dyan. Simplifying further, you have 10 on the other side. Alright, but you have 12 on the other side. So lamang. So magiging 0. 0 would be equal now to, kung idadaling ko sa kabila, magiging 2 na lang yun, no? 10 siya. So, dadaling ko magiging minus a, minus b, plus 2. Okay, ayusin natin yung equation. Ito yung unang equation. Pwede pa natin siyang simplify. So magiging, if I will simplify the first equation that we derived, okay, so we have 4a plus b is equal to negative 13. Tama ba? Would that be the equation? So I just simplify the first equation of 0 is equal to 8a plus 2b plus 26. That becomes 4a plus b is equal to negative 13. Am I right, Micaela? And from here, pwede kong ilagay yung dalawa kasi positive siya pareho. A plus b is equal to 2. Alright? Second equation. Ayan, pwede na. Micaela, can you solve this using your linear equation? Yung mga formula natin, shortcut dyan for linear equation. Actually, pwede namang idiretso. Ayun, linear na yan, no? Yung shortest command natin, ano nga ba yung shortest command natin? So, gagawin mo lang siyang augmented. Ayun na, two equations, you could solve for A and B simultaneously. Right? Pwedeng solve. Sige. So, dalawang equation yan. Yan. Sige. Ayan, tapos dot. Ayan. Answer dot A. Or A, not X. Ayan. 11/3. Uy, ba't 11/3? Teka. Tingnan natin. Baka may mali lang ako dito. -13. Make it -13. Yung ano natin, -13. Maka ano lang tayo dito ng ano eh. Ay, A. -5. Okay, -5. Actually, dapat meron ding Y. Minsan nag-error, no? Oh, ba't ayaw niyang ilabas yun? So, kung ganon, kung babalik tayo dun sa ating naunang ano, so -5, so pwede na natin masolve to. Kung -5 to, so we could solve for B. -33. -5. Supposedly 7, no? Negative. O nga, negative, no? Negative, my mistake. Ayan. Ayan, 7 is the answer. So, -5 and 7. -5 and 7 is the answer. Okay? Number 7, 97, I will leave this to you for your derivation purposes. No? Yun, nandun na pala yung sagot, oh. Kitang-kita yung sagot. Ayan, nandiyan yung answer key. So, sige. Since nandiyan na yung answer key, next file na tayo. Hindi ko alam kung yan yung na-upload ko, kung may answer key, no? So, let me check on your practice sets. Yung problem solving one, hindi ko sure kung yan yung na-upload ko dyan. So, kung hindi man, siguro yung last portion nyo, so kaya yung last portion, ayaw niyang pakita. Supposedly, to 175. Ayan. So, hanggang dito lang ang sagot. Okay, so next, we could move on to the next file. So, problem solving. Hindi, wag na dito. Doon na lang sa picture file natin. Let me share another file. So, ang focus na lang natin, algebra, no? Recalling problem solving in algebra. Sa totoo lang, ang course na ito ay integrated to all courses, no? Since we are discussing problem solving methods of I choose the octave as manner of solution. No, yan yung ano natin. Okay, this is part of questions number 2. Okay. This quadratic equation. So we have some lecture there, but we will focusing on some of solve problems, multiple choice, since these are board problems as well. All right, so you could background reading. Okay. Can you solve this, ACEL 101? Either mentally or octave. Pwede.
Ano po yung nasa end po na question po?
Okay, actually wala na.
Hindi.
Ang tanong, find the equation of whose roots are reciprocal to the roots. So, ibig sabihin, you need to solve for the roots of this first. So, I know the roots and get the reciprocal. And from there, you could create the quadratic equation.
Okay.
Yan. So, yun yung sense nun. So, first is to solve for the roots of this quadratic equation.
Okay lang po kahit yun ay okay.
Okay lang, sige. You just give me the answer.
Sige po. So sir, ipapaktor ko po yung dalawa para makuha ko po yung roots po ng dalawa.
Yeah, if it's factorable.
Okay po.
If not, there are ways to solve that. Completion of square. Pwede rin.
Apo. Siya yung number.
Or quadratic formula. Yan, quadratic formula. Kung alam mo pa yung quadratic formula. So recall, negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So quadratic formula.
Okay po. So, una po, 5 na po agad ginamitan ko po siya ng quadratic. So, yung A po yung pinactor ko. Ganun po yung method ko. Pinactor ko po muna.
So what are the factors?
So yung una po agad lumabas sa akin is yung sa 5 po. So, yung answer ko po is yung A.
What are the roots, therefore? What are the roots?
Ang roots.
Tingnan ko, pwede. Alam ko hindi integral ang factor nito.
Hindi po siya, ano po, hindi po siya whole number.
It's non-integral, no? Sorry. Oh, meron. Meron, no? May factor. Hazel, may factor.
Hindi tayo.
So from there, you could get the values of x. Yan, equating it to x to 0. Solve for x. Yan. So what are the factors?
So yung x1 po is 1. So yung 2 over 2. Or
so x plus 1 is equal to 0. X is equal to negative 1. First factor. Then 2x minus 5 equal to 0. Solve for x also.
So yung x2 po is negative 2.55.
It's positive 2.5 and negative 1. So those are the factors. Negative 1 and 2.5. So ito,
Then after po.
Negative 1. And then, pag inequate mo sa 0, x equal to negative 1, first root. Second root,
Yes po, nilabas po yung 2.
okay, now the question, what is now the equation of whose roots are reciprocal? So you get the reciprocal of the roots and then form the quadratic equation.
Kung kanina daw po nang galing yung 2x cube ba yan? 2x squared po.
Okay, so the roots R1, roots is negative 1, and R2 is equal to 2.5, right? Now, ang hinihingi dito yung reciprocal. Ano yung reciprocal ng R1?
1 over R1 po, then 1 over R2.
Oh, so what's the value? Give me the value.
Sa R1 yung negative 1 po.
Negative 1 din. Yung reciprocal ng R2,
0.4 po.
0.4. Okay. Yes, 0.4. Oh, from there, you create your equation. O, gawin mo na equation. Ano na yung equation? That will be the quadratic equation, initial. Oh,
X squared plus X squared plus 0.6x minus 4 yung quadratic equation.
equal to 0. O, simplify. Integral dapat. Integral yung polynomial. What will be your factor to multiply para magkaroon ng integral coefficient? Kasi 0.6 yun, di ba? So, x squared plus 0.6x minus 4 is equal to 0. So, tanggalin mo lahat ng fractional part. So, paano yun? By the way, 0.6 is what fraction? Equivalent fraction?
6 over 10.
Simplify. 6 over 10 or 6 over 10 or ayan, 3 pips, di ba? Tama ba? Acel, 3 pips. How about 0.4? What's 0.4? 4 over 10 or we need simplified form. 2 pips, di ba? Oh, so anong common na fraction? 5, di ba? So you multiply 5 to both sides of the equation. What will be the resulting equation?
Ano po, sir?
Okay. Oh, common divisor, di ba? 0.5. Multiply 5 to both sides of the equation. That will be the resulting quadratic equation. Oh, di ba? Kasi dito meron ka na, sabi mo, x squared plus 0.6x. Oh, minus 4. Minus 0.4 is equal to 0. Oh, multiply both sides by x. Oh, so, multiply. So, multiply mo to by 5. Yun yung magiging ano mo. Yun yung magiging quadratic mo.
So, magiging ano po siya, 5x squared plus 3x po, minus 2.
Okay, meron ba sa choices? Ayan, so the answer would be 5x squared. Okay, 5x squared plus 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. So that will be the quadratic equation whose roots is reciprocal to the given equation. Right? Okay, Micaela, 102, please. You could just tell me the answer or you could use Octave. So just give me all of the factors. What are the solutions pala of the quadratic equation?
Dito ba negative 1, sir?
Okay, negative 1, what's the other root? Negative 1 and
0.
0. Oh, so what's the answer?
None of this po.
Okay, correct.
So, D.
Okay, next. Hazel, okay. Not sure. Sige, I'll take from here, no? Hindi ko sure kung kaya to ng ano eh. Kasi nga nagka-problema pag higher equation. Let me... Yun, okay. May sagot pala. Okay, may sagot dito, no? So, okay, so the answers are varying, no? Now, from here, it could be a pair of the real number part, conjugates. Bakit apat? Actually, pares-pares to eh. Now, pares-pares, it could be a pair of, teka, let me try to, all of these actually are roots of the equation, no? They are roots of the equation. And they're 8 because of what? Because the power is 8. So we're expecting 8 roots as well. Pero ano dyan yung papasok doon sa, ano dyan yung papasok doon sa sagot? Yung both positive 2 and negative 2. So the answer is letter A. So but the other answer would be 1, negative 1, I and positive, I and negative I, and then you have the other complex conjugate, negative 2, I and positive 2I. No? So, but the answer here is positive minus plus minus 2. Okay? Okay, next. 104. So, another quadratic equation. I think I could leave that to you. You could just solve. Same as true with 105. Yan. Okay, Micaela, can you solve this 105? You could use quadratic formula or factoring, if it is factorable. No? So most probably it's not factorable. Pwedeng factorable. I think pwede siyang factorable. No? Ayan, so the answer is 1/8 and negative 1/3. Correct. Tama yan. From here, 106 naman is just a derivation. So if we'll have one real solution, so meron ka tinatawag na discriminant. Still recall your discriminant. There are three categories of discriminant as far as quadratic equation is concerned. Now, kasi determine natin si K, determine K so that the equation 4x squared plus kx equal to 1 will be just one real equation, one real solution. Meaning, kung 1 lang siya ay perfect square. Okay? It could be a perfect square. It should be a perfect square. So pag one solution, perfect square. Pag two solutions, it's just a regular trinomial. Alright? Pag no solution, imaginary. Tandaan natin yon. Pag two solution, different and real. Pag one solution, equal, meaning perfect square siya. So that's another case for a perfect square. How will you solve this using perfect square? No? So pwede na tayo mag-manipulate dyan such that it will be a perfect square, or you could use the discriminant. What's the formula for the discriminant? The discriminant of the quadratic equation is negative b squared, or b squared rather, minus 4ac. You just substitute your b squared minus 4ac and then solve for k. Solve for k equal to 0, because 0, if the discriminant is 0, there is only one real solution. Okay ba guys? We're reviewing algebra here. Naaalala nyo pa ba? Hazel and Micaela?
Yes.
Okay, pag inequate natin yan, okay, I'll take over from here. No? So pag kinuha natin discriminant, your discriminant is equal to 0 for one root, one real root. Meaning, this is a perfect square. Perfect square to dapat. And so, of course, if we'll equate the discriminant, your discriminant equal to 0 will be equal to b squared minus 4ac. Substituting based on that portion here will be k squared minus 4 times 4ac. 4 times 4 times 1. Okay? So from there, so pwede nyo masolve si k. Tama ba? So kung babalik ta rin ko, k squared minus 16 is equal to 0. So therefore 16 is equal to k squared. Tama ba?
Yes.
And then of course, what will be the value of k? K would be equal to plus minus 4. Right? So plus minus 4. So the answer is 4, letter B. Okay? Now 107 is similar, you could solve this, no? Pero this time medyo using calculator you could do that. No, when the board allows the board calculator, scientific would always solve this. So there are quadratic functions in your calculator. Nevertheless, you could solve this manually. Now, pwede nyo gawin yan using your quadratic formula, number 1. If it is factorable, factor it. Now, that's number 2. Or perhaps completion of square. So, yung pwede rin yung completion of square. Pag nakompleto mo kasi ang square, pwede mo na siyang masolve. Pero it will lead also to quadratic formula. Okay, whichever is the solution methods. Okay, so I'll just skip on 107. Okay, this one is a reverse, 108. So 1/3 and x minus 3 over 2 are the roots of the quadratic. Find the equation. So this is relatively easy. So there are two ways to solve this. The first way is to substitute directly. So we could have expand the given roots of negative 1/3 becomes x minus 1/3 multiplied by x plus 3 halves. Take note, I change sign because I equate this to 0. X is equal to negative, x is equal to 1/3. Therefore, x minus 1/3 is equal to 0. That's why we have an expression x minus 1/3 here. And then x is equal to negative 3 halves. Therefore, x plus 3 halves is equal to 0. Okay, make sense ba guys? Ganun yung pagkuha natin dyan. Then we're trying to expand this. Ayan, so the expanded form, hindi pa siya, no? We multiply 6, no, para mawala yung ma-eliminate yung, anyway, this equated to 0, so no problem about that. So think 6 times the answer. So this will be your solution. 6x squared minus 7 plus 7x plus 3. Okay, make sense guys? And then also 109 is similar problem, so I just leave it away to you. Okay, tinatanong ang discriminant. What will be the discriminant of 110? So take note, hindi maayos yung equation. Kailangan muna natin siyang ayusin into ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 form. Take note, this is a very tricky, no? So 4x squared is equal to 8x minus 5. So we need to have the standard quadratic form applied to this 110. Okay. So what would be your ACL? What would be the standard form for 110? Problem 110.
Ano po yung equation, sir?
Ayun, yung 110, yung nakasulat. Ano yung standard form nun? Kasi hindi siya naka-standard form.
So ano po? 4x squared po. Minus 8x plus 5.
Okay, so 4x squared minus x 8x plus 5 is equal to 0. So 4x squared minus 8x plus 5 is equal to 0. So this is the standard form. Therefore, what's the discriminant? The discriminant is negative positive b squared or b squared minus 4ac. So tinatanong kasi dyan discriminant eh. So b squared minus 4ac would be equal now to negative 8 squared minus 4 times 4 times 5 times 5, no? So that would be your discriminant. Simplifying further, so you have 64 minus, so you have here 16 minus 80. Tama ba? 20 wait. 16 times 5 is 80, no? Tama. So what would be the answer? Discriminant is equal to negative 16. Okay, make sense guys? So itong 111, halos pareho lang to. What's the value of b so that the roots of the equation is equal, meaning perfect square? If it is perfect square, the discriminant is equal to 0. You just equate the discriminant to 0. Solve for the value of b at that time, no? So you could solve that. I leave that to you. Ayan. So how about 112? Term involving y raised to 5 in the expansion 2x squared plus y is raised to 10. So this is an example of combination formula. You need to recall your combination formula. Okay, so I will be giving the formula to you. It's up to you to apply the combination formula of both x and y. Okay, so we have the nth term. So there is a formula, and I know that's also on your book. Nth term. Now it will be, it's a combination, n combination of r minus 1. O parang yung art term pala to, art term, art. Yung art term, no, art term, yun yung less than n. No, r is less than n. It could be n, but normally r is less than n. So art term is equal to n combination r minus 1, no, r minus 1, and then you have your x. Yung x variable mo dyan, raised to, so medyo mahaba-haba lang to guys, raised to n minus r plus 1. And then y raised to, so medyo kakabisaduhin nyo to, y raised to r minus 1. Yan. So yan ang gagamitin natin. No? Okay, so to clarify, your r is equal to 6. Your n is equal to what? Obviously, on the problem, what's n? What for 112, what's n? Guys, what's n? What's n?
Ano po, sir? 10.
10. N is equal to 10. Okay, remember that. N is equal to 10. Okay, n is equal to 10. So those are the two parameters. Now, how will you solve for the r term? It's n combination. No, n combination r minus 1. So ano nga ba yung combination? Naalala niyo pa? Naalala niyo pa yung combination? Halimbawa, x combination y, ito yon. Kasi yung n, ito let me recall you. Halimbawa, x combination y is equal to combination of xy. Okay? So anong ano diyan, no? So this would be x factorial all over okay? X minus y factorial where y is less than x supposedly. That's the assumption. Alala nyo pa, guys? That's how we solve for combination. Hindi ko lang alam kung may direct combination ko, combination siguro, combination say 10, 6. Ganun kaya? Wala. Hindi ko alam yung ano eh, kung merong ganito eh. O permutation kaya? Not so sure if wala siyang permutation. So hindi siya, baka may ibang formula, I just forgot to the code. But nevertheless, that's if we will have say combination C 10, 6. Sa calculator nyo, meron yan, no? So that will become 10 factorial all over 10 minus 6 is 4 factorial. No? 4 factorial, 6 factorial. Alright, guys? Ganun yung pagsusolve niya. Ganun yung pagsusolve nito. Ngayon, babalik tayo doon sa example natin. Balik tayo dito. Yung arc term natin, ito. Meron tayong given dyan. Ito. So, ang kailangan natin yung r minus 1. R minus 1 is equal to 5. Alright? So, we could use now. So, masosolve natin yung n combination r. Is equal to combination n r. Which is equal to, or n combination r minus 1. Yan yung formula natin. Ito r minus 1 din. Okay? So, from there, so we could solve this is n is equal to 10 factorial. Okay, 10 factorial divided by what's your r minus 1? Your r minus 1 is 5. 10 minus 5 is 5. So 5 factorial times 5 factorial. Make sense ba, guys? Can you solve? Can you solve what is 10 factorial all over? Ako nga pala, pwede ako mag-solve dito. Ako na lang. Pwede namang solving dito. Mauunawaan ni ano to. Actually, hindi nyo masolve pala. Hindi ko alam bakit hindi nyo masolve. So, can you solve in your calculator? Baka lang di ko lang masolve. Factorial siguro. Then,
Ano po? 252 po.
kulang. Hindi. Sige. 252?
Yes po. Kasi di ba kung factorial po ng 5120 po. Tinimes ko po yung dalawa. Factorial po ng 10.
Ayun. Meron. Factorial pala talagang tama ang ano. Ito. Nakuha ko na. Factorial 5 times. Or squared ko na lang to. Squared. Ayan. 252. Tama, 252. Ngayon ko lang, na-discover ko yung factorial. Factorial talaga. Alright. So afterwards, yan yung second portion. Pero hindi pa natin nasusolve ito. Ito guys. Yung portion naman, ito, yung NCR minus 1, nasolve na natin. Pero paano yung n? Yung x raised to n minus r plus 1. Actually guys, para wag kayong malito, ito ay actually n, yung ano dyan, yung n minus r plus 1 is equal to n minus r minus 1. Yan lang yun guys, oh. So yung r minus 1 mo, yun na yun. Okay? Yun na yung term doon. So ito, yung x raised to n minus r minus 1 quantity. So whatever the value of x. Now, if we'll compute, so yung buong 2x squared kasama natin. Yung 2x squared na yan, no, 2x squared, yung buong variable na yan, isasama mo. Kasi consider siya as one term eh. No? I-erase mo siya sa 10 minus r minus 1, which is 5. Kasi ba guys? And then times y raised to 5. Kasi r minus 1, no? So na-establish na natin yung, para wag na kayong malito, r minus 1 na lang yung gamitin nyo. Is 5. Okay, simplifying further. So 5. So we have 3 raised to 5 is 32. 32x raised to 10. And then y raised to 5. Ngayon, ibobolte natin guys. Ibobolte natin yung constant. Ano yung constant? So therefore, n CR minus 1 is equal to, or the sixth term, we're talking here of the rth term, pero ang ginagamit natin ay r minus 1, that is 5. So sixth term is equal to 252 times yung variable, 32 times, actually pwede na nating, hindi, wag na nating masolve, raised to 10 times y raised to 5. So therefore, what's the answer? That's the sixth term. Okay? So computing further, what would be the 252 times 32? What's the answer? That's 8064. So therefore, the answer is 8064 x raised to 10, y raised to 5. Okay, that is binomial form. No, binomial form. Okay? Make sense, guys? X raised to 10, y raised to 5. Make sense, guys? You need to recall this. This is part of your quadratic equation or binomial expression. Ganon din dito sa hindi ko na susolve to. Fifth term naman, anong gagamitin nyo? Yung r minus 1. Anong r minus 1 ito? What's the r minus 1? Is 4. So you'll be using 4 all throughout the expression, guys. You'll use the 4 into, not 5, because 5 is the term, then we will be using r minus 1. Okay? So don't forget that. Ito, ganun din sa 115, fourth term. So, ang magiging first variable mo dyan, x, second variable, x squared. And then n, c, r minus 1. Ganun pa rin. Kung fourth term, r minus 1 is 3. Okay? Alala pa ba guys yung combination? Yung combination, guys?
Yes, yes.
So, yung rth term is equal to n, c, r minus 1 times whatever the variable x raised to n minus r minus 1. So wag ka nang, pag na-determine mo na yung r minus 1, yun na yun. And then you have also times y, whatever is the second variable, raised to r minus 1 also. Right? So yung okay, so I'll be reading 115. So yan, bahala na kayo dyan. 116, numerical coefficient of the term next to. So karamihan kasi to binomial na no? So I will let you explore on this. Okay, so ito naman ay this time coefficient of the next term. How will you solve that? No, yun yung makikita natin dyan. So coefficient of the next term is equal to the coefficient of the previous term times the exponent of x. No? So we will be inspecting this, no? And then exponent of y plus 1. Okay, so parang ganito yung mangyayari dyan. Hinahanap natin numerical coefficient of the next term. Now, numerical coefficient of the next term. So we have 495. So I'll just describe the solution. 495. Now, what will you do with that 495? Multiplied by the coefficient of x or the exponent of x. So what's the exponent of x? It's 8.
8 po.
So siguro iano ko muna, coefficient of the given times the exponent of x all over exponent of y plus 1. So yung formula natin dyan guys para ma-solve natin yung para ma-solve natin yung next coefficient. So for this case, coefficient is 495, no? 495 times 8 divided by, what's the coefficient of y? 4 plus 1. So this over 5. So 495 over 8 exponent of x over exponent of y plus 1. So the result is 792. Okay, that would be the next coefficient. That's how we solve it. Okay? Okay? And then 117, sixth term of the expansion. This is applicable also to binomial expression. Yung art term, 6. Therefore, you will use r minus 1 or the fifth term. Okay, what is the coefficient of the term free from x? Ayan, free from x. So, yan yung another trivial question. No? So, ano kayang expression yung free from x? Kasi kung 2 raised to 4, take note, bibigyan ko kayo ng gradual, no? Kapag 2 raised to 4, 2x raised to 4, first term. Second term, may x cubed. Third term, may x squared. Fourth term, may x. Therefore, ano nung kasunod? Fifth term, may x pa ba? Hoy. May x pa ba? Fifth term, may x pa ba? 118 guys, 118. May x pa ba yung fifth term?
Wala na po.
Wala na. So therefore, r is equal to 5. Ayun, masosolve na yung coefficient na free from x. So yun yung mismong constant. Okay, yung constant. That corresponds to yung NCR minus 1, tapos yung constant ng x, tapos constant ng y, multiply mo lang yun, i-merge mo. Yun yung magiging constant. Pero ang mahalaga, masolve mo kung ano muna yung r. What's the art term? Okay? So yun yung, okay, 119, ganun din. Repetitive na to guys ha. Kayo na mag-explore ng mga solution na yan. The sum of the coefficients of the expansion. Yan, tinutukoy din yung sum. Okay, it says here the sum. How will you solve for the sum of the coefficient? Okay, the formula for solving for the sum of the coefficient is to allow x be equal to 1 and substitute it to the variable. X is equal to 1. Okay, and then you expand it. So 2 times 1 is 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay, therefore, what's the sum of the coefficients? Guys, what's the sum? You substitute x equal to 1. No, substitute x equal to 1. Substitute x equal to 1. The first thing to do. Okay? And then, after substituting, you subtract it to the last term, which is minus 1. Okay? So, ganito mangyayari dyan, guys. So, magiging 2x minus 1 raised to 20 minus negative 1 raised to 20. So, yun yung, then substitute x equal to 1. Yung tanggapin. and x is equal to 1, that what will become? 2x or 2 minus 1 is 1. So therefore, 1 raised to 20 minus negative 1 raised to 20. What's the answer? What's the answer, guys?
Zero po.
Okay, the answer is 0. Okay, 0 guys. 0 yan. Okay? So you just need to substitute the value, the variable to x, and then subtract it to the second term or the constant term, which is negative 1 raised to 20. Okay? So, coefficient 119, same, 6th term, you could do that. What's the sum of the coefficients of the expansion? Okay, yun na yun, yung kaninang sunod natin. Okay, 121. The sum of the coefficient of expansion, x plus y minus z. So, this time, since there are 3 variables, substitute 1 to each of the variable. Okay, so that you will know the sum of the coefficients of the expression. So, that will become 1 plus 1 minus 1 raised to 8. What's the answer? What's the answer, guys?
1.
Okay, 1. Correct. Now, the next, I will leave this to you, logarithm. How will you solve this? I log 48 base to the base 8. No, you could just solve using this parameter. No, you could say log 10 of 48. Kasi log 10 ang sa MATLAB, no? Okay, over log 10, 8. Log 10 of 8. So that's how will you solve it. Log 48 divided by log of 8. Okay? So the answer is 1.86. Now, how will you solve this? Log, Micaela, how will you solve this 123? Logarithm? So you could express this in terms of its exponential form. So you could solve that, express that in terms of its exponential form. Now, how will you do that? No, ganito yan. Solve of yung 6, yung base, yun ang magiging base na exponent mo, raised to x. Raised to x. So 6 raised to x would be equal to 845. Apo, 845. Yes, 845. Okay? Hindi ko lang alam kung kaya niyang masolve to. Yun. Double equal. Yun. Ang galing, no? Hindi niya rin na-solve. Okay. So, magiging log of. So, make it log 10, 845 divided by log 10 of 6. Okay? So, the answer is 3.76 or letter A. Okay, how about this? What's the value of log to the base 10 of 1,000 raised to 3.3? Of course, yung 3.3 bababa, magiging 3.3 log of 1,000 to the base 10. And what is log of 1,000? Log of 1,000 is what? Over log of 10. Of course, log of 10 is equal to 1. Log of 1,000 is? Hazel, log of 1,000? Is equal to 3 times 33. That's equal to 99. So the answer is 99. Alright? So yung mga logarithm problem, I think I could leave that to you. So there are logarithm problems here. Okay? So, yan. So ito na yung huling page natin para makapag-move on na tayo sa susunod. So karamihan ng mga logarithm problem. So you could manage that. Para at least may representative questions tayo doon sa mga ano. Yung susunod sa quadratic naman, yung age work problem, algebra pa rin to. Okay. So let me open my files. So dito lang guys, sa apat na document na ito, I will choose randomly. Kaya potential kayo maka-perfect guys eh. Kung pag-aaralan nyo lang, yung mga, of course, saka ko na i-upload yung material pag nakapag-exam na kayo lahat. By the way guys, no less kayo mag-exam after 21. After 21, either I will mark you 0 on the exam, no? So you should on or before 21. Walang both midterms and finals. Okay, both midterms and finals dapat ma-take nyo ng before 21 or before 21. Hanggang siguro 21 is a Saturday, siguro yan, hanggang madaling araw ng 21, ha? O yung bago maglinggo. Of course, linggo, Lord's Day na yan. So wag nyo nang anuhin yan. So wala na mag-extend guys, ha? So inuulit ko pag kukumpitin ko siya as failing, no? Pag hindi kayo nakapag-exam on or before 21. Okay. Anyway, I've been generous on the time frame, so wala dapat naging problema. And by tomorrow, I already uploaded for your text file, exam file. It will be tomorrow available. I will just announce on our chat group, no? It's availability. Sunod na yon guys. Yung susunod ko yung calculus 2, susunod doon abstract algebra. Tapos susunod ko yung plain solid geometry, and then yung dalawang edu courses. Okay? So sunod-sunod na yun guys. Kaya ayan. So itong week na to magiging busy kayo. Ito, madadaling mga ano to, no? These are already some problems. Age problem, work problem. So you could recall some solutions here. Okay, I will try to solve some. No, you just follow the pattern, no? So Mary is 24 years old. Mary is twice as old as Mary was when Mary was as old as Anne now. Okay? So look at the grammar here, guys. How old is Anne now? So si Mary walang problema. At the present time, Mary is 24. So therefore, ano yung kay Anne? X. Let X be Anne's present age. Okay? So let's analyze this. So, by this time guys, sana hindi na kayo lito sa age problem, ha? Though may kanya-kanya tayong methodology nito, how to attack the problem. So, of course, Mary's present age. Present age muna tayo. So Mary is equal to 24. Or M na lang siguro. M is equal to 24. While Anne or A is equal to X. Okay? Present state age, Mary 24, Anne is equal to X. Now the next condition. Mary is twice as old as Anne. No, siya ay doble sa edad ni Anne nung si Mary ay kasing edad ni Anne ngayon. Alright? Nag-gets ba? Okay, question. How will you represent that? Yung past. Kasi yung pinag-uusapan natin past. Mary as twice as old as Anne. Okay, when Mary was as old as Anne now. So sa nakalipas, doble ang edad ni Mary kay Anne nung si Mary ay kasing edad ngayon ni Ann. O, may clue na kayo dun agad sa sa past age. Sa past age. So ano ngayon ang magiging edad ni Mary sa past age niya? Ang clue nga dito, Mary was, past tense, as old as Ann is. Now, Ann now is equal to X. Mary was is equal to X also. Tama ba guys? Alright, so ano ngayon ang age ni Ann?
Yung age po niya yung 12.
Okay, 12. Tama.
Twice.
Tama. 12. So, yung age ni Ann ay Ann ay 12. Okay, kasi si Mary ay twice as old as Ann when Mary was as old as Ann now. O, di ba? So 12. 12 yung edad sa past age. Ngayon ang tanong, ano ang present age ni Ann? So yung X. So maggagawa tayo ng expression dyan guys. Madali lang to. So based sa present age, M is equal to 24, A is equal to X. And then past age, M is equal to X, A is equal to 12. We will just get the difference of the present and past age correspondingly. So what you will have there, kung sims ko to, yung 24 subtracted to X, anong kakalabasan yan kay A? Is equal to 24 minus X ni Mary is equal to X minus 12 ni Ann. O, di ba? Pwedeng ma-solve. Solve na natin to. Solve. Anong sagot? Obviously, the answer is 18. So, Ann is now 18 years old. Okay? Question? Uy, tahimik kayo. Question.
Yeah.
Okay, gets ba? Gets ba yung... Alam ko may iba kayong methodology pero ito yung approach na natutunan ko rin. But I would respect if you have methodologies also to approach this type of problem. Alright, next. So yung iba dito, hindi ko na solve na. It's up to you. Some of Kim's and Kevin's age are 18. In 3 years, Kim will be twice as old as Kevin. What are their ages? Micaela, can you solve this? I think this is easy. You could create 2 unknowns or 1 unknown. It's up to you. Then you could solve using octave, or you could solve it manually or indirect methods. Up to you. Pwede mo rin 2 unknowns yan. Kasi kung X and Y yung ages nila, X plus Y is equal to 18. And then in 3 years, Kim will be twice as old as Kevin. Kaya lang tama lang yung presentation mo dapat. So if their present age is X plus Y, what will be their age 3 years from now? That will be X plus 3 and Y plus 3. Okay, and then you could equate the two ages depending on the relation. Kim will be twice as old as Kevin. Find their ages now. Okay? So, Michaela, can you take over from that?
Hindi po. Hindi po.
Okay, what's your answer? B.
513 po.
513, correct. Good. So let me try to solve that. Oops, nangyari. Teka. Alright, para may napindot ako ng caption. Okay, let me try to solve this now using Octave. So from here, I could solve. So if you have symbolic sims x and y, so we know that we could solve this. First equation, x plus y is equal to 13. 18, right? Tama ba, guys? First equation. Second equation, x plus y is equal to 18. And then the next equation came in 3 years, so meaning x plus 3, okay? Kim will be twice as old as Kevin. So we have twice. So y plus 3. Y plus 3 and x plus 3 are their age 3 years from now. And Kevin's age will be twice as old as Kevin. Find their age now. So we could solve that, right? Tama lang pala. Yun, ang saya. Ano ba naman ire? 2 times. Okay. Sige na. 2 times. Yan. Yan. So, answer x. So, the answer is ayaw talaga sumasabla yung answer y, no? So, 13. So, the answer is 5 and 13, no? I think 5 and 13. So, nauna nang masagot yung 13. Alright? So, yan. Correct. Now, okay, you try to solve this mga age problems na to, no? So anyway, I'll just randomly choosing from here. Now take note, pwede kayong gumawa ng table, no? Kung kinakailangan dito sa mga age problems na to. So sa mga age problems. So you could always, okay. Yan. Okay. So 150, sige, 150 tayo. So I will jump through the problem, no? Anyway, may variations lang yan. Ganun din naman yung principle. So 150, yan. So Debbie is now twice as old as Jerry. 4 years ago, Debbie was 3 times as old as Jerry. Then, how old is Debbie? Okay, so what would be your no? So Debbie was 3 times as old as Jerry. Then, how old is Debbie? Okay, so what would be your, of course, our presentation here. Okay, pass. Past, ano nila? Yung past age, Debbie. Debbie is, or present muna. Yung present age ni Debbie, what will be the present age of Debbie? Is twice. So therefore, 2x. Okay, Jerry is x. Tama ba guys? 2x, x. Okay, made sense ba guys? And then yung pass. Okay, the pass. What will be the, the presentation?
3x.
Pass ha? So therefore, ang dapat yung maging natin?
For x pala. For x kay debit.
Sa pass. Kasi ang present, 2x and x eh. So babalik ka. So magiging thrice. Thrice of what? Kung ang present ay 2x, ano yung past? Ano yung 4 years ago? Anong age 4 years ago? Kung ang present ay x, 2x, and x.
Yung kay Jerry po.
Yung kay Debbie muna. Yung kay Jerry, ano yung kay Jerry? X minus 4, di ba? Jerry, x minus 4. Tama? X minus 4. X minus 4. Yung kay Debbie. Sabi dyan, 4 years ago, Debbie was 3 times as old then as Jerry then. Ibig sabihin, kung ano yung edad ni Jerry, 4 times siya. Yun ang sense nun.
Try lang po. Ano po? 3x.
3 times x minus 4. Ayan, solve na natin. So you could create an expression here by subtracting both Debbie's present minus past equal to Jerry's present minus past. So kasi parehong years lang yun eh. Hindi pwedeng iba siya. Okay, so from this case, we could solve 2x minus 3 times x minus 4 would be equal to x minus x minus 4. Yan. Right? The answer is 8. 8 years old. And Debbie now is times 2. Times 2 of Jerry, which is 16 years old. Okay? 16 years old. So letter D. Okay, ang konsepto naman ng pump. Ito yung mga age and then work problems tayo. Kailangan nyo lang maintindihan yung konsepto ng rate. The concept of rate is always inverse proportional to the time. Take note, the rate is inverse proportional to the time, numerically speaking. Okay? So yun yung tatandaan nyo guys. the time is numerically, or the rate is numerically reciprocal to the time it takes to complete one job. So we're talking here of one job, the time is reciprocal of the rate, or the rate is the reciprocal of time. Okay, for this case, sabi dyan, a pump can pump out water in 11 hours. Tanong, what is the rate of that pump that can do one job? Micaela, what's the rate of that pump that can pump out water in 11 hours? Or Hazel, what's the answer? Okay, I repeat. Ito, all right. The rate is numerically reciprocal to the time it takes to complete one job. If the pump could pump out water in 11 hours, what is the rate of that pump? To have one job. To do one job. One job is to pump for 11 hours. What's the rate? Guys, uy. Micaela Hazel. Or Dale, kung nakikinig ka. Yan.
1/11 po.
Yan, di ba? Kaya nga reciprocal eh. 1/11. So the rate of that pump is 1/11. Okay, to perform one job, that's 1/11. That's his rate. One job per 11 hours. Another pump can pump out water from the same tank 20 hours. So sino yung mas mabilis? Si nakapag-pump out ng 11 hours o yung isa na nakapag-pump out in 20 hours? Sino mas mabilis, guys?
11 po.
Siyempre yung 11 kasi mas natapos niyang mas mabilis. O, ang tanong ito, how long will it take to pump for both pumps to pump out water in the tank if they will work together? Guys, if they will work together, what will be the rate? Okay, here's how to solve it, guys. Okay, let me symbolic of x. Now, we know that the reciprocal of 11 is the work performed by the first pump plus the work performed by the second pump is 1/20 is equal to the rate of the first pump plus the rate of the second pump is equal to the total work done na combined. Ang tanong dyan, ang sabi dyan, how long will it take? So meaning it's a time. So kailangan i-reverse mo rin yun. So 1/x. Okay guys, can you see? Okay, we need to know the rate of the first pump plus the rate of the second pump will be, we could determine now the rate of two pumps combined. And if you know that the rate of the two pumps combined, you will know the time it will complete one work or one job. Okay? Make sense, guys? Can you see the equation? 1/11 plus 1/20 work done, or the rate of work done by first pump plus the rate of work done by the second pump is equal to the total work done combined. And of course, if you know the rate, you will know the time it will take to complete one job, which is x. So let x be that rate. Okay, make sense, guys? So that is equivalent to 220 over, kaya lang wala nakalagay na 220. So solve natin, 7.09. So the nearest answer is 7 hours. Okay? Make sense, guys? Ang tanong, mas mabilis ba? Pag-combine?
Opo.
Siyempre naman. Kasi nga, nagtulungan sila eh. So, yung result, yung time frame, mas maikli doon sa combine ng dalawang pump. Kasi nga, nagtulong sila eh. Alam nga naman mas humaba pa yung oras. Alright? So, yan. Sige, next. 152 tayo. Yan. Hopefully, I could go further here. But the remaining, guys, it's up to your readings. You still have some time to, or yeah, more than 7 days pa naman. Ayan, so everything is with you already. The readings for midterm is with you. And also, I uploaded the materials for the final period. So, magkaiba siya. Nasa inyo yung kung gusto nyo unahin yung finals, okay din. No? Ganito guys, ganito ang gagawin nyo. Huwag nyong pagsasabayin. Unahin nyo muna yung una, tapos hintayin nyo yung score nyo. Kasi baka maka-perfect kayo dun sa halimbawa, midterm, maka-perfect ka. Ba't kailangan mo pa mag-finals? Mikaela and Aisel. Halimbawa, naka-perfect ka sa midterm exam. Yun na yung grade mo. You don't need to take the finals. Okay ba yun? Kasi naman, natitignan ko naman yung highest score eh. For midterm finals or your prelim period grades. Whichever. Of course, yung prelim period, walang nakauno doon. So, hindi ko na kukunin yun. Midterm finals tayo ngayon. Dapat, mas mataas syempre yung midterm finals. Okay ba guys? So, hintayin nyo muna yun. Baka maka-perfect kayo sa midterm. So, wag na kayo mag-finals. Kasi kukunin ko na yung perfect score mo at your semester grade. Flat 1 ha, ang gagawin kong grade mo. Sir, parang di naman kami karapat dapat sa ganyang grade. Huwag nyo nang isipin yung guys. Hindi nyo, it's not your problem. Okay? So, if I give you flat 1, of course, hindi nyo man magagamit ngayon yan. Pwede nyo gamitin yan eventually, yung concept na yan. No? Of course, sooner or later, you need to prove yourself. Okay? I would expect you to perform on the board examination. No? I should not, of course, fail your alma mater on doing that. Okay ba guys? Okay, next tayo. So yung pipe, 400mm pipe can fill the tank alone in 5 hours. So what's the rate of the tank that could fill the tank for 5 hours? What's the rate? Uy, what's the rate? 1/5. Okay? So the other is 600 pipe that can fill the tank in 4 hours. What's the rate, Isel?
1/4.
Oh, 1/4. Good. Kaya lang, may drain pipe. Mayroong taga-puno, may taga-drain. So anong implication ng drain pipe doon sa problema? Now, it can empty the tank. Instead of filling it, it will empty in 20 hours. So what will be the implication of that rate to the entire equation? Is it still a plus or a minus? Kasi yung dalawa taga-puno. Yung pangatlo taga-empty. So it's a minus. It's a minus rate. Okay? Eh ngayon, ang problema, tatlong sabay-sabay na binuksan ito. Yung dalawang taga-puno at isang taga-drain. Pero siyempre, mas mabagal yung draining. Kaya mapupuno pa rin siya in due time. Okay? So what would be the equation here? Okay, solve. So we have 1/5 plus 1/4 minus. So that will be a minus 1/20. The rate of the emptying pipe would be equal to 1/x. Okay guys, that's how we solve it. And what's the answer? So the answer is 5/2 or 2.5 hours. In 2.5 hours, it will be filled. The tank will be filled. Okay? So pag minus, kapag emptying, pag filling, plus. So nagbabari lang siya guys. Pwede siyang inlet or outlet pipes, no? Pwedeng ganon. So nagbabari lang siya guys. So I will take from that. Oh, theoretical question. 155. Can you answer both? You may answer either one or both of you could answer. If A could work in X days and B Y days, how long they will finish the work Together, what's the answer? Go. What's the rate of A? What's the rate of A? Uy, what's the rate of A? What's the rate of A? 1 over X. 1 over X plus 1 over Y. At ang tanong, ano yung expression na combine sila? Ay di simplify mo yung 1 over X plus 1 over Y. What's the answer? What's the answer? Simplify.
A po.
Okay. So it will be
Letter A.
letter A. Sure ka ba? Take note, yung sum niyan, naka 1 over din. Reciprocal din yung sum. Tama? Yung total mo, naka-reciprocal din yun. Assuming n, let n be the total of the rates of x and y. So therefore, 1 over x plus 1 over y is equal to 1 over n. Assuming we assume that value. Then we simplify 1 over x, that will become xy or x plus y all over xy is equal to 1 over n. Therefore, n is equal to xy over 1 or x plus y. Okay? So, the answer is letter C. Okay ba, Micaela? Kasi reciprocal mo pa. Naka-reciprocal pa siya.
Okay.
Alright. Okay. Yeah, may mga ano dito eh. Dali lang guys ha. Saglit lang. I need to... guys, saglit lang. Okay. Teka. So, ano na pala. So guys, iwan ko lang sa inyo to. Itong module 3 na to. So, more or less, it's the work problem. Same din siya doon sa solutions problem. May mga percentage lang. Halos pareho lang siya ng concept. You could refer to the illustration on the front. No? Units, digits from, ano rin yan? Halos related siya, no? Ay, may sagot. Teka. Wait. Na-screenshot na ni Micaela tuloy. Anyway. Sige, ano na yan, no? So yung port, hindi na natin madidiscuss, but I will carry on. I will be randomly choosing, no? If you will receive, ganito, at least 30 questions, no, for finals. Each of the uploaded problem sets, I will have 7 or 8 problems a piece. I will choose randomly from the multiple choice, okay? So yun yung magiging kalakaran natin by the final. I will the file is there. I'm just finalizing something, no? And then tomorrow, upon my as I continue, as I message the chat group, it will be available together with some other courses, okay? So guys, yun. So I hope that you will have your preparations for both midterm and final. There is a purpose why I delay your midterm. Actually, the reason is this. I'm thinking of a plot 1 challenge for all of my students. So one plot 1 exam would be your semestral grade. No? I will automatically give you a plot 1 also on your semestral grade. But if not, if you will fail, I will make use of proportional grade. No? If your highest score is 125, then I will still carry on 125 to your semestral grade. Kung 1.5, 1.5. Eh kung 3 lang sir yung highest, eh di 3 lang yung ilalagay natin dyan sa semester. No? Okay ba guys? So that's my final announcement. I hope, so next week we won't meet anymore, but I would invite you to our week 18 session on a Saturday. Edu 115, I will have my final challenge to my students, no, as we end semester. And I hope to see you also during the commencement exercise, during the graduation, which will be held a week after next week, I guess, no? So thank you, Micaela and Aisel, unless you have other clarification before we close. Do you have some clarification?
Wala po, sir.
Okay, I hope you could do your best for, yeah, that's an option that I'm giving to my student, no? So there are a lot of generosity, pero I don't care that much on the generosity of the professor. So okay lang 'yun. Wala na yung tawa. Nangyari. Wala na. Nag-ano na pala yung nag-battery na yung empty yung aking ano. Nag-empty na yung aking tawag doon ay yung speaker, because I think we are more than 3 hours already. No? Hindi pa naman kasi I started 1:15. Wait lang guys kasi mag-aan natin. For a while guys, for a while. Okay, so I hope you well in your preparation. May God bless you. I know you have other courses, no? So, ayan na, last session natin to guys. Next week is already no more classes on my part because you will be busy in other courses. But of course, your online examinations are already available by the time, both for midterms and finals. Okay? Sige. So thank you, Micaela and Aisel, for your I hope Dale would pagparamdam si Dale, no? Parang hindi pa nagpaparamdam si Dale. Parang hindi na siya bahagi ng klase kasi walang masyado. Kahit sa YouTube wala siya, oh. Buti pa siya nga si Aisel, nakarating kanina sa YouTube. Alright?
Naligaw po ako.
Naligaw.
Ginawa ko rin stream. Kasi sinanap lang po yung ito sa
classroom.
ano lang po.
Anyway, it's a good thing that you found us. So yeah, let's close in a word of prayer. We thank you, Lord, for your mercy and grace. Thank you for sustaining us as we continue on our discussion. Indeed, Lord, this is our final stretch of review. I hope and pray that you will continually guide us. Bless your student, that they may do your best, not just for academic excellence, but also an expression of their thanksgiving to you, their gratitude to you for the grace and mercy that they receive upon their salvation, and even as they are they use their talents and skills, no, for your glory's sake. We thank you, Lord, bless our time together, the remaining time, and bless the student as they prepare for this week and for the next week. This is our prayer in Christ's name. Amen. Okay guys, thank you. God bless you. See you next week for our last challenge. Saturday na tayo magkikita guys for next week. Okay? Bye-bye.
Bye po.
Bye-bye. See you soon.